How's everybody doing today? This is Chris Green of Outdoor Power Tech. I know it's been a while, just out of town for a couple weeks, and had a death in the family. I probably mentioned that last video, but Christmas, we've had Christmas now for about 4 weeks now with everybody's families and New Year's stuff, but had a customer bring this in. He told me about this past summer. So old Craftsman GT 18 6-speed lawn tractor. He said he just wanted me to go through it, get it running. He said the carburetor, he knows, it's been sitting for about 5 years, and he wants to put new gas lines on it. I already got the breather off of it. He didn't have the hood on it, but I already got the breather off, and it's an Odan motor. Let's see if I can zoom in on the model for y'all. Probably can't. It's an Odan B48M-GA. But he said it ran when he put it up. Older feller, getting down in age, he's wanting it so he can plow up some little garden stuff. But he's wanting to put a new gas line on it all the way back to the gas tank, which this was going to be real easy. The gas tank's just right under the seat right there. I'm going to pull the seat off and stuff. But then go through the carburetor and put a new fuel pump on this. I already checked for spark. It's got good spark and compression. But just want to let y'all see what I'm working on. And I love these older lawn tractors like this. I'm not much of a fan of Odan. They're really good motors, it's expensive to work on. But right now I just got a breather off and just checking it out and everything. And right now I'm taking off this panel right here, and I'm going to pull the seat off. If I have to, I'm going to pull the seat off and go ahead and pull this gas tank off and pull the fuel line through. And once I get that out, I'll videotape it and just show you what it looks like and everything. But miss being on YouTube, miss y'all guys. I know I don't have that many people that watch, but just wanted y'all to see this. Thought y'all be interested. Trying to get back in the groove of things since Christmas and New Year's is over, and getting the new year started. We'll catch y'all back here in a bit. Alright, here we go. I got this side fender off right here. It just held on by 3 9/16 head bolts. But yep, gonna pull the gas tank off now. Another thing is, this isn't gonna be a how-to video or educational video. I just got back out in the shop to work and got a bunch of customer stuff done, and just want to show y'all this lawn tractor I was working on. Thought, like I said, thought y'all might be interested. So like I said, I'm just gonna do some videos here and there, and just let y'all see what I'm doing. But again, it's not a how-to or educational video that teach you how to repair this, but just want y'all to see. But we'll be back in a bit. Again, I went ahead and pulled that seat off. I'll show you why here in a minute. Right here's your gas tank, right here on the rear, and if you can see right there is where the gas line goes into it. I could have got it off with the seat on there, but I didn't want to booger up that nipple coming out of the gas tank, so I went ahead and pulled the seat off, so I have a little bit more room to mess with it and get it off. Because I'm pretty sure I can still get this gas tank. It's going to probably be a whole lot since they don't make this model anymore. But anyways, that's where I'm at. So got the left rear fender off, seat, about to pull the gas tank off. Be right back. Here we are again. Got the gas tank off. Got a little bit of trash there. I'll vacuum that up. But to keep from taking all the attachments off, because on this particular model, you can't see up underneath here, but it is packed full of stuff. And keep me from jacking this unit up. And there's two brackets, one right here, and possibly one in the middle that gas line goes through. And a little trick that I've learned that I'll show you, so I don't have to jack this up, don't have to take the deck off of it and get my fingers up. It ain't like a regular lawnmower like today. There's piles of stuff underneath there, brackets and stuff, and you gotta have real little hands to do that. I mean, I got little hands, but a little trick that I can show you. Where the gas line came out right here, that is this end. What I did was, see if I can pull it apart with one hand. Probably not. What I did is got an extension and stuck in the gas line right here, and then I stuck my new gas line on it. And from this end, the motor end, I slowly pulled it through all those couplings until I got the new gas line out. And let's see here. Let me see if I can pull that off and show you. There we go. See, I just put a little extension in there. Done that. And then pulled the new gas line through. Now I got the new gas line through. Don't have to worry about jacking this thing up, taking the deck off, putting my hands all up in there. It pulled through all the sleeves. I can feel it right here on the first sleeve it went through, and the back one went through. I know it come through the middle one. But we got the new gas line in. While I was doing that, this is my parts washer. I got this on Amazon. I think it was $150, $200. I made the mistake. I used to use kerosene all the time in these. Made a mistake of buying parts washer solution online, and it completely took the paint off the bottom of my unit. You can probably see right here where it started coming off there, but it peeled off the bottom completely, just ate it up. Anytime I got my hands in it, it just ate my skin. It felt like paint remover almost. Emptied that out completely. Got 4 gallons of kerosene in here. Kerosene works great for cleaning parts. I just recommend you don't let any of your rubber gaskets get in, so like, cause it will make it swell up, just like more of a mystery oil when you put it in your vehicle. That's what causes your engine to get compression back, stuff like that. It cleans your engine real good, but it'll make your gasket swell up. But anyways, got his gas tank cleaned up. I let it run in here for a while. There wasn't nothing in the gas tank. I looked, there wasn't even no resin or any buildup in it at all. But anyway, I still let it run in the gas tank for about 30 minutes just to get it real good and clean. But yeah, that's where we are now. The gas tank's off. Got the new gas line through. And I'll be back with you here in a bit. Alright. Got the gas tank back installed. I'll just put everything back the way it came. And I'll go ahead and tell you. You probably can't see. This one bolt that's holding on the fender fell into the chassis and fell out. And I'm telling you, I work on these old lawn tractors a lot, and man, there's so much stuff crammed in there. I probably had probably 3/4 of an inch space to get my fingers up in there and get that bolt through. It took me forever. That's just one of them things with some of these tractors. I mean, they come apart real easy, but sometimes when you go put it back together, it can be some tight stuff. I know it's just bolts and stuff, but I'm telling you, that stuff was packed underneath there. Just get frustrated. Something my grandpa told me years ago, just walk away for 5-10 minutes, eat you some food, put a chew in or smoke a cigarette, if that's what you do, and come back and you'll get it back together. But anyways, got the gas tank on, got the gas line all the way through, all the way up here, new fuel filter. Now I'm going to take the carburetor off and the fuel pump. On this one, it's right here. And this is an ONAM motor. But the crazy thing is, these Briggs & Stratton opposed end motors has the exact same carburetor on it. Almost identical. I didn't even realize that. Most ONAMs, you have to buy everything straight from them. It's a pain in the butt. But anyways, alright. Well, I'm going to tear into it. Alright. Got the carburetor off. One thing I had to do is my intake on both sides, the tube that runs across that the carb sits on, I had to take it off. I didn't have to. I could have took the top of the carburetor off, checked the bolt and everything, but I want to take the whole carb off. And this particular model right here, the bolts that holds the carb on was underneath. And I'll show you. Here's the intake right here. The carb sits right there and was bolted from underneath. I could have. Here's the carburetor right here. Very simple carburetor. This sits right here on top of here, like so. I could have just took the top off and cleaned it and everything, but I wanted to pull the whole thing off so I can get a real good clean on it and everything. So that's why I had to take that off. I just want to do a real thorough job on this. Make sure when I get back to the customer there's no trash anywhere. I mean, since we did clean the tank out, new gas line, filter and everything, I just want to make sure it's a completely clean system. But just want to come back and show you. Here's the top of the carburetor. He had this, I noticed this broke off right here at some point, and he just JB welded on, which is fine for this particular carburetor, because this doesn't, it has a gasket on top, but it doesn't have a vacuum. It's just keeping the gas from leaking out the side, because once the carb fills up, the bowl cuts it off. So that's okay. I won't have to replace that for him. But anyways, I'll come back in a bit. I got her back together. Excuse the noise, that's my heater. Got her back together. Got to put her back on. Everything looked good. Diaphragms and everything looked new. I sprayed some WD-40 on the rubber diaphragm stuff just to get them where they have some more moisture in them. But the carburetor looked great. Still cleaned out and everything. About to put her back on the tractor, and I'll get back with y'all after I put it on. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this pulse line right here. This line right here runs off a vacuum off the motor, and the vacuum is what works the diaphragm in that pump and pumps the gas. So we'll be back. Alright, got the carburetor installed. As you can see, got the new pulse line installed, new gas line installed. I turned the key over just like 4 times just to see if the diaphragm's pumping, and it is. It's pumping the gas. And she popped. Come on, come on. Gonna have to do some fine tuning on the carburetor, but she's running. I'll give you an update here back in a few minutes. Alright, well, I finished up with her. I can't remember where I left off yesterday. I was recording this yesterday and had some things come up, but got the carb on. Didn't run into any major issues. The only issue really that I ran into was this high-speed jet right here. There's a O-ring on it, and it was leaking. And this high-speed jet and O-ring from O-Now was like $40. Couldn't even get an aftermarket for it, but ended up replacing the O-ring. Found one in stock, and replaced it and fixed it. It was leaking gas out of it after I rebuilt the carb, or went through the carb. But I'm gonna set y'all right here, let y'all see. Like I said yesterday, this isn't a how-to video. I just want to share with y'all what I was working on. Here we go. that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Can't wait to get some more old lawn tractors like this in to work on, but hope y'all have a blessed day. And I think in the future I'll record some of the projects that I work on and stuff. Even if it didn't how-to videos, just show y'all what I'm working on and here in the shop. And like I said, y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.